gods or just one? Oh man, I'm probably gonna have to do more than one, right? We'll see. Okay. Wait, what's over here?
And I thought my mother-in-law's house was ominous.
In we go. You know, dropping into a wolf's mouth should be fun. Oh, it's just a temple.
Arensi has no right to defend that cowering cat in the back of the maw.
Then track her down
Come
and
to
tell
see
her
the
yourself.
great Oernos, Estremor? He's out for a hunt, but he'll be back. Unlike that lioness, he doesn't stay cooped up in here for long.
Why can't Ornis go and fight the lioness?
Because she holes up at the back of the maw, surrounded by her pride and the natural hazards of this place. It's not the proper way to meet a challenger. She's got to come out and face Oernos to keep her claim. Anyway, her prime is past. Putting that old beast down would be a mercy at this point.
I could take care of Soul. Callous Thumb makes a scraping noise against the blade of the axe. I hate to spoil the tradition of Big Shadow, but if she retreats from her fight, then there's no point in waiting. Kill her, and that'll prove enough that she's not fit champion. What are you doing here?
We wait for the big confrontation, but the wait grows exhausting. While Sul hides in the back of the maw, Oernos is denied his victory, and we're all denied the champion we deserve.
Alright, goodbye. Not 100% sure who Oneros is, but... The remains of a broken bridge, long collapsed, lead to a deep chasm. The other side of the bridge pierced through the mist at the far end of the chasm, hanging precariously over the steep fall. Okay, examine the area. Broken stone of the bridge, weathered after centuries of disrepair, are scattered along the edge of the side of the chasm. A thin mist rises from below. The stones are coated with slick green moss, making them impossible to grip safely. The wooden beams lodged between the stones on either side of the bridge seem sturdy enough to support your weight, however. The remains of a broken... Okay. Toss your rope and grapple across the chasm. You aim for the wooden beam on the opposite side of the bridge and hurl a grappling hook across the chasm. It strikes the bridge with a solid thunk. The hook snags firmly, digging into the wood as you pull. The rope tightens taut and secure. You tie the free end of the rope to the wooden beam next to you. Across the chasm. The rope tenses and vibrates as you move forward, gripping the line. Reverberating throughout the underground cave, the creaks of the wooden beam mark your every effort. You keep your progress slow and steady. The crossing is strenuous, particularly as the rope shaking grows more intense. Kana's breath grows labored. At last, your effort brings you back over solid ground and you reach the other side. And Kana is tired. Yeah.
We'll fare
Load.
better if we get some sleep.
Should probably like cast protective spells and whatnot. Hey, while you're
Yes?
here, get this trap. There we go. Right, my dude. I don't think we need too much of this, but trap detected.
Following your lead.
This trap, please. Dang. We were so overleveled.
Certainly.
That or they're exploding tigers. Or lions. Exploding kittens. I believe that's a card game, wasn't it? Is a card game. Make more kitten explode. Oh, that's not a kitten. That's a woman who wants to be a kitten. It's a little weird. Whoops. Wow, she went down quick. Why is this going so fast? Oh. I thought I turned it off, but apparently I turned it on.
Yes.
It could have gone better. I admit that. I feel like I've made some slight errors. Maybe I'm getting a little cocky.
Certainly.
Maybe I need to slow it down.
Hello?
Hello. Okay, so that's how to get to the Old Song District from here. Oh, I could have gone through this way. My mechanic skill's high enough. I'm just gonna do it for the level. I have 70 lockpicks. Yes, I will use one. Successful. Hooray! We go this way.
I think I see something.
So like grabbing all the books like I did without like any regard and then being important to like the story reminds me of this time I was doing an escape the room with friends. In one of the shelves they had a set of like VHS tapes. It was like the room was called Escape the 80s. And yeah, they had like a bunch of VHS tapes, right? And the VHS tapes were actually in a specific order. But like my friend, he was just grabbing at them to kind of show everybody like, hey, check out these tapes, guys. Like I watched these movies when I was younger. And then when it finally occurred to him that he was like, wait, this was part of the puzzle, wasn't it? We had to sit there and like most of our time, we got out in like 50 minutes, but we probably could have gotten out in like 40 minutes. But our time was sitting there figuring out what puzzle it went with and then how to reorganize the tapes to make sure that we could solve that puzzle. It was not our proudest escape the room, but it was definitely a memorable one. It doesn't help either that before we do one, we always like to get a beer before, just to kind of like, I don't know, lower our odds of success.
What?
Hey there.
Because we tend, like, our
Yes?
core group that does this has never once not escaped. And we usually do it in really good time, too. Because a lot of us are nerds that play a lot of board games, or we, we'll play D&D and stuff like that, so we're kind of used to the whole concept of, like, puzzling our way through things. So escape rooms kind of, yeah, we've tend to have pretty good luck with them. Let's get this. Thank you.
Following your lead.
Go ahead and drop this right here. I just remember them, like, the look of panic on his face when we were like, those tapes were supposed to be in order. So can't remember who said it. It's just the realization was there. Like, yep, that was the puzzle.
Right away.
Hmm?
I have no idea what we're supposed to kill with that sword, but I really wish we could find whatever it is. Thick, snarled, tangled dagger, sharp thorns, and vines has grown across the passage. As you look on, and the entire wall of vegetation seems to move, almost like it were breathing. Thick coils of vines twist and writhe across the gap with quiet rustles of foliage. Examine the vines. Through the gaps in the twists of the vegetation, you catch a brief glimpse of what seems to be a wide circular chamber. From time to time, you catch sight of a tawny hides, and the rustle of vine is brief obscured by low growls. Try to sneak through the living wall. Find brief opportunity as two vines move in the opposite direction, clearing a path, and carefully step forward. You start off well, carefully around the paths of the plants, but halfway through, Durance steps on a dry, dead branch, and a vine suddenly darts forward with unnatural speed. The vines tighten mercilessly around Durance's leg, and the ensuing strangle shakes surrounding vegetation, stirring into the writhen frenzy. Durance finally tears their way free and limps out past the edge of the hall. You step out into the next chamber. God. Durance, what the hell, man? Guess we could have gone south. Now everyone's tired. An elven woman intercepts you as you advance in the lair. Behind her is the largest lioness you've ever seen. A sleek beast with fangs as long as carving knives. The woman blocks your path to the lioness, seemingly at ease with the monster. This is Sol's domain, Eschermore. She shall not leave it for Ornus or any other challenger. Why does Sol refuse to face Ornus? Ornus is welcome to confront her here, as many challengers have in the past. What the bear supporters want is for Sol to leave her lair and fight in the open, where he has an advantage. But why would she? If Sol has an advantage here, it's one she's earned. Would anyone expect to blunt the bear's claw in order to even the odds? The Lord of the Hunt gives unique advantage to each. It's not for us to decide that some of them are worthy less than others. The lioness gives a low growl, and Urensi smiles. Also, Sol has recently given birth to cubs. They're small now, but when they grow, they'll be mightier than either Sol or Ornus. But if Sol is killed in combat, the bear will tear her young to shreds, such is the way of the wild. Her legacy is too valuable to perish this way. If we truly want the mightiest of the beasts in the maw, then her cubs must grow to maturity. I'll deal with Ornus. Good. The bear isn't nearly as strong as Inna, and his followers think. If someone were to prove just how easily the bear can be killed, that would cure everyone of their delusion about it. Why is the ground rumbling? Plus, she has babies.
Yes?
We're gonna take a nap though, because we had problems with the bushes. Rather than going exploring south to see if we could go past it, you know. Your eyes open to a familiar scene. Durance sits with his staff laid across his lap, a malignant flame sprouting from one end. He is difficult to make out, his features soft, bleeding together, but the staff you can see clearly. Its etching glow in molten orange. Through Durance's face, it is difficult to distinguish. There is no mistake the hardening expression. Wait, didn't we already read this? Yeah, we read this already.
Certainly.
I thought we read that. Between the hissing and the cursing, Durance lowers his face to close the staff and blows on the faded circle with panic rapidity, coaxing light from them, but they do not ignite. One by one, the light of the circles dies and smoke rises from their ashes. Durance hurls the staff at his feet, and it clutters the ground. Its edges have become soft, difficult to find, like its owner. The staff has become a blur. You close your eyes and reopen them, and Durance is there, picking up the staff from the ground. The blur is gone, and you are awake. I'm pretty sure we been through this. Maybe I died or something? I don't know. And what must you say now? I had questions I wanted to ask you.
If doubts and curiosity plague you, you're skidding your knuckles on the wrong door.
I had another vision of you. One of the symbols on your staff, it was dying.
You see many things that aren't there, Watcher. Perhaps the symbol was for your disappearing sanity, and we are to bid it farewell while you still have the wits to grieve for it.
I saw a symbol with 12 circles. What does it represent?
That symbol? The Godhammer.
Then it was the Godhammer symbol I saw extinguished on your staff.
No riddle there, Watcher. It took 12 of us to build the Godhammer. Afterward, I took my leave of all of them to see what Margaret had in store for me. I've seen none of them since.
Are you sure there isn't more to this story?
Your kind has a way of interpreting its visions to fit the version of the truth you like best. But Margren's flame leaves no room for interpretation. Waste the time of others with your distortions and your fever dreams.
I know what I saw.
It's always the way of the mad to try to convince others of a reality only they can see. But when your doctrine's the truth, it requires no convincing, only an opening of the eyes. I would purify you, Watcher, if I thought it would help.
Goodbye. What was it that your support? Noel was able to make it to the meeting with the Fisher Crane. Noel sends his regards. Non-existent sends its regards. Very nice of them. Oh, these lands are on my side now. Would have had to fight all of these, which I could have done.
What's this?
Trap. Everyone run back. Look at all the ways I can go back outside. Get slipped around them. Look at all the things I could have done. Instead, I was just like, run through the vines, and we all failed. Actually, Durin failed. Everyone else suffered. Durance failed. Durance, do you have any athletics? Stealth is -2. Athletics is 5. Maybe it was stealth.
Yes.
Okay.
I'll go on ahead.
Fall back a little, guys. Get inside, spinning his axe. Too much waiting. Something's got to happen. Ornos isn't the rightful champion.
If you stand on the side of that toothless old bag of bones, then you stand in my way.
Try me. All right. Big fight. Let's do this. You cast this. You... I don't want you to do anything. Cast this.
Ready, Watcher.
Go for the clanswoman. Put an arrow in her. And the doggy to go get her. You need to cast this immediately.
Ready when you are.
I'm sure you're not. Hit him in the face.
Yes.
Cast this on him because he's gonna take a lot of hits. Okay. There are those hits. Is he done casting? Did you even
Yes.
cast it? No, you didn't. You failed. Cast it on him, please.
What?
cast this one.
Here.
None of these are summons, right? Okay. Cool. Now that's gonna rip everyone apart because he's taking a lot of damage, which is great.
Following your lead.
Okay. He's gonna heal off of doing damage. Go ahead and cast this on this group. You wait until you get this. Nice, she exploded another bear. Okay, go ahead and use your heal on yourself now.
Following your lead.
Ready, Watcher.
Where's your dog at? Okay. Go ahead and mark that guy. Oh no, doggy.
Just say the word.
Heal dog. Too late. Oh no, he's up. Okay.
Ready, Watcher.
Heal your dog.
Ready when you are.
Hit him with your sword again.
Yes.
Alright, while you're doing that, do this on Big Bear. Return to Galewind. Sounds good. Good stuff, lads. And
Certainly.
lattices. Good stuff, everyone. The lion had babies. Otherwise, they would have sided with the bear. Can't see down here. Someone must go to the... Two wood elves, a man and a woman, wear colorful robes embroidered with a matching emblem, a winged egg. Apart from their clothing, they couldn't be more different. She folds her arms and continually scowls at the broken walls around them. He, on the other hand, mutters a prayer, his shade-dappled face as tranquil as clouds of
Just
sky.
how are we supposed to worship the Sky Mother from among the weeds, hmm? This is a disgrace.
Calm yourself. We should be grateful that she protected us from the Winged Terror. Besides, even here we have a visitor.
What is the winged terror you speak of?
A dragon. One that has taken up residence in the Nest, the true temple of Helia, and slain many of her faithful. And one which Anuin has been in favor of killing from the beginning.
But no, you advised caution. Now word spread that the dragon ate a few of our followers, and anyone willing to slay it wants an Anumphos ransom for the job.
I told you a larger party wouldn't stand a chance. By the time the first half reached the top of the mountain, the second half would still be stuck in the pass. They'd be burned alive. Contrary to Anuin's suggestion, I am in favor of sending someone to kill the dragon. But I suggest a smaller party, and one willing to seek Helia's blessing.
I could go after the dragon.
You could.
What she means is that this is no mere drake, but a fully grown dragon.
Wouldn't be my first.
And one that has willingly moved into a populated area. You'll want every advantage at your disposal, including the blessing of the Sky Mother herself. I would suggest that you petition her directly at Ter Evron, if you haven't already.
Okay. Want to follow the path here, you'll pass through the north wall, but the way of the mountain continues from there. It's near one of the big circles laid by the builders. Let me ask you something else. I'd like to know more about Helia.
Why, she's the goddess of song, art, the sky, and maternity. She's gentle and brilliant, speaking to her followers in dreams, inspiration, and birdsong. It is said that she wears a cloak adorned with a feather from every bird known to Kith or Wilder, and that she manifests in the flocks themselves.
Aye, and in the screams of childbearing, which I can assure you is not so beauteous a thing.
This is true, which is why midwives are widely considered clergy of Helia, as are many artists and poets.
Got it.
In any case, those of us who follow her feel closest to her splendor in a place where we might share light, song, and a view of the blessed sky.
All right. Old Song Pass. We'll go there in a bit. Going back to Elm's Reach, and then I'll go petition her for a prayer. Because I have a feeling I'll be able to pick out which prayer is hers. I hope. I'm gonna get his blessing. Pray to Galwin. I've come to seek Galwin's favor.
The lioness reigns still, and soon her cubs will rise. Why did you strike the bear down?
Thobes cubs will be mightier. Still one day the legacy must be protected, even from a worthy contender.
Strength begets strength. The mighty seize an advantage in their jaws and do not let go. They shake and wring it, puncture its arteries with sharpened fangs. Blood whets their appetite.
The changeling throws his head back and closes his eyes, breathing deeply. He lets out a howl that rings through the air. He lowers his head, puffs steam rising from his panting mouth. Twigs crunch and branches snap. The ground shivers under the weight of the pacing, prowling footsteps. A dozen beasts, bear wolves, and long-fanged cats stalk out from the undergrowth, their matching ember eyes fast on you. Changeable fellow, isn't he? Kenna turns to watch the gathering beasts. This is why I prefer fishing. As the beasts encircle you, their master rises to his feet. Even the largest of the bears can only reach the brown and muscle knot its shoulders. You stand, mindful of the ring of predators surrounding you.
You sought and won the favor of Galawain. What new prey do you now pursue?
I hunt Theos.
To track a quarry, you must understand its movements. And Theos follows the path of a more powerful master.
Warm breeze carries a smell of smoke and gunpowder. Sparks ignite and float into the draft, catching in the leaves over Galowin's head. A sudden blast of heat scalds your face, and even as you turn away, a flash of light searing your vision through your eyelids. When you look back, you see a woman in full plate standing next to Galowin, her mirror-polished armor flickering with images of reflective flames. You can't see her face, but her voice is strong and clear like the ringing of steel.
Let him know his foe.
The whore breaks her silence at last. Have you missed me, Margrun? You may have found other lovers, but surely none that was my equal. Megran says nothing in response. Indeed, she never even glances and turns his direction. An involuntary tick causes the baggy skin beneath Durrance's eyes to quiver. He says no more. His ruddy skin blanches white.
Theos has trapped thousands of souls in sun and shadow, like rabbits in a snare. Now, he goes there to retrieve the kill for his master, Woodiga.
One of the bears paws at the ground in irritation, hackles rising.
She will feast on them, suck their marrow, grow strong on their essence.
The Stelgar watches you. It licks its lips, its tongue scraping along the fangs. Why would Theos help Woodica?
Because he is her hound.
Ah.
He has always done her bidding.
His eyes dart to figure standing just behind Margaret.
Woodica stands for an old order. So does Theos.
A golem made of blackened pitted iron steps out from Margaret's shadow. Its movements are slow yet precise, each footfall accompanied by a groan and grinding of metal. The steady orange glow of furnace coals emanate from its eye sockets.
They both fear change, and the Deerwood has changed much recently. People find answers not in the gods, but in animancy, the product of their own labors.
And why not? When they have learned that even a god can be killed.
Jonas' eyes are widened, his beard is matted with sweat. Was that not as you commanded, my lady? We sought only to stoke your pride by bringing your vision to reality. Margaret stands still, unwavering, as though she had not heard him at all. What should I do about it?
Track Theos. Follow the trail he has left for you, and corner him in sun and shadow.
You must stop him before he empowers Woodica.
Okay.
And if you do, you will have a different decision to make.
If you believe you are free to make that decision how you wish, you have not been listening to our conversation along the road.
Souls were ripped from the world, ripe and full and pulsing with essence. Scatter them like bones to a pack of dogs. Their essence will strengthen the souls of the Deerwood. Let the remains of the dead feed the survivors.
Okay, now I've got to find Theos.
And when you descend the pit to sun in shadow, you can count on our assistance to see you safely through. As I hope we can count on yours when you reach the bottom. There are many souls upon the burial isle that are sworn to serve us. They belong to you now, and they shall guide your descent.
Dope. Beware the promise of the God Watcher. They are binding, but only in one direction. The beasts grow restless, pawing at the ground and eyeing you with renewed interest. The bear sniffs the ground next to your leg. When Stilgar skulks into the circle, its amber eyes glowing. Galawan hurls his knife between your feet, sinking it to its handle. He raises an empty hand.
Hunt him, mortal. And when you stop him, let the souls he has captured feed the Deerwood.
Strengthen the souls of those who remain.
Okay.
Prepare them to face the challenges that will follow. Pledge that you will do this, and we will grant you a power fit for the finest warrior who ever lived.
Sounds fair.
Betray us, and my beasts shall track you down. Our allegiance is not to be accepted and cast aside.
All right, I need to think about this.
Consider and calculate, but decide.
Galawan's hand falls and growling pack lunges in the circle. The vision vanishes in an instant, returning you to Terror Evron, where burning candles replace the glowing of the beast's eyes. Okay, so I have a chance with them. Pray to Hyla. I'm giving Live Every Note of Life's song. Your words seem to ring in the air, your voice rendered melodic and lilting but some unseen art. You shut your eyes to pray. As you wait in the darkness, the world around you changes. You feel sunlight bright and warm on your face. A light breeze carries music to your ears. As vivid as the sensation feel, you somehow know they are not real. You look around and find yourself standing in an open-air temple built on a mountain summit. It's filled with elves, orlins, and assorted other kith. Ringing the entire scene is a fringe of trees, their verdant branches filled with birds of all different colors and shapes. Paradise for those who would waste their lives exploring meaningless while corrupting the meaning of the real world. Oh, set the tree ablaze, Watcher. Everyone is singularly absorbed in a particular pursuit. An Orlin sits with canvas, paintbrush in his hand, and jars of green, blue, and yellow pigments at his feet. An elf in Amina, standing to the side are locked in conversation, their expressive dancing with delight. Still, others scribble stanzas of poetry or crude sketches on the sheaf of paper, losing themselves in delicate minutiae of lines and syllables. You feel the breeze again, or minutia, wow. How did I not get that word? Minutia of lines and syllables. You feel the breeze again and two elves basking in the sunlight shiver. Look at this place. All these people coming together to share their creation, and what on earth is that painting supposed to be? The largest group gather in the midst of the temple. They sing a lush, chaotic harmony composed of several complementary melodies. Others drift towards the singers in one and twos, as if buffeted by gusts of wind in the phrase of the song. A ripple passes through the trees. You think it's the wind, but the chirping changes to screeching. Hundreds of birds take to the sky, all headed in one direction. Sagani raised his brow. Something must be coming. The devotees glance at the trees, just barely distracted from their activation, but the wind picks up, scattering their pages of poetry and art and ripping the songs from their lips. They look skyward as you follow their gaze. A dark shape blots out the sun. You can't tell what it is, but it unfolds and expands. It seems to fill the sky. The wind roars over the summit. Before you flee, a shadow falls over the temple. It begins to stain in the corner and spreads, blotting out the flagstone. It reaches the nearest kith, a black-furred Orlin. The darkness swallows her, leaving only a puff of smoke in her place. The two elves that you saw earlier, a man and a woman, flee. You get a brief image of them huddled in the shadow of the mountain. They seem to see you too, and they reach out, calling silently after you. The others, however, seem frozen. As the shadow advances, they likewise vanish one by one. The driving gale scatters their ashes and the charred remains of their creation. You look up again at the source of the shadow, but the eclipsed sun forms a blinding corona around the thing. You can't make out any detail. You can, however, feel heat. Restore my temple. You look down and find yourself standing next to Hylia's shrine in Tir Evron. Your pulse still racing, and your skin is damp with the sweat of the strange encounter. Okay. So she wants me to do this, which is fine. What I'm going to do, though... we don't need to rest. My question is, what the hell? Up right there.
Stop right there.
Phantom Soldier raises a short sword to his chest.
Inquisitor. Did you think you wouldn't be recognized here in your old home? I've seen your trials with my own eyes.
I've seen you light pyres with good people tied to them, people I'd known many years. He seizes you by the throat and your airway tightens. When real or imagined, you cannot tell. They deserve your confession. He raises the point of his sword, holding it to the hair's breadth from your eye.
Suros, what are you doing?
Startled, the soldier releases you immediately and turns to face the speaker, a woman in plain wool tunic, fully a head shorter than he, but somehow seems to tower over him. You have seen this woman's face before, but from afar, bloodied and burned as she lay stretched across an iron wheel. At the moment, it is marked only with concern.
An assassin sent by the Inquisition, my lady, daring to approach our camp.
If he's so poor an assassin as to approach an armed guard in daylight, should have nothing to fear. I would hear what this man has to say. She stares him down until he can no longer face her. He turns away, sour-faced, watching you through a sidelong glance, his knuckles white around the pommel of his sword.
Surely this is some trick of my mind. I did not expect to see you again.
Grand Inquisitor Thax ex Archon dispatched me here to spy on you. Are things as desperate as that over there? I'd never have known. I hope your next assignment is more stimulating. Listening to my lectures is dull work for a spy. It's good to have an old friend back all the same. It's lonelier than you might expect, changing your friends for followers. Whatever your reason, I've missed you over all these years. Having you here now, at a time when I'm surrounded by strangers, is a wonderful gift. I'd like for you to stay
here, in our camp, as my guest.
Okay, you're a better voice actor.
My lady Ivara, I beg of you. This is an Inquisitor. This is a desperate attempt on your life. The only way it can succeed is if you allow it to.
This is a missionary, same as I was. Taught the wrong things, as I was. If I can't have faith in one man's ability to reason, once he knows the truth, what hope do we have?
My lady, he admits being a spy.
That should make him less of a threat, wouldn't you agree? I have nothing to hide. All I see here is an opportunity to persuade someone who could help us. We have many former missionaries here. They are our most loyal, our most helpful. Many have died for us. These are not people we should be turning away. And if the Inquisition wants my life, they can have it. But they know as well as I do that my cause will not die with me. Come. We have much to talk about.
Oh?
Okay. So backed by the money of the spies of the two Valen Dukes, Aloth has difficulty cracking the Glanefithin's astronomer code. Many of the Glanefithins who initially appeared helpful turned out to be saboteurs who believed the outsiders could not be trusted with Glanefithin secrets. A series of ambushes and difficult chases through Ire Glanefith eventually brought Aloth face to face with the great-granddaughter of one of the Orlin astronomers who predicted the Lover's Tide. She threatened to destroy the key to translate the cipher, but Aloth was able to negotiate a limited translation of the key astronomical information. In the end, Valen Dukes were a bit disappointed, as they hoped to learn additional secrets of the Glanefithin astronomy. However, even the information Aloth recovered was fascinating to Valen astronomers. Cool.
What is it, Watcher?
Does what we learned about Wodoka trouble you?
It stinks of her. It is justice, but if her greater purpose was to think Margaret would fall prey to such deceit. And Aethys. Widewin had always claimed to be invading Dyrwood to free it. What if it were true? What if he had come to stop Woodika's plot before it began? Surely Aethys earned his death at Godhammer Citadel, but not for those reasons. Not to keep him silent. If such a thing has brought about this chaos.
Ern tilts his head, as if listening to an inner voice, then he frowns. Frown deepens as he speaks.
Must we always be tools of gods? If Woodika and Margren, if they are the cause of this, the Hollowborn, if the purges were never necessary, if Aethys was fighting back.
Aethys needs to be stopped, and so does Wodoka.
I know it had to be done.
Would it have been better had you spared this knowledge?
No, I am glad to have walked this far with you, seen this truth. Perhaps it was what I was meant to see, with a watcher's eyes. All these dances of words and intrigues, machines of men, twisted, ripping the souls of children, and by the gods, the goddess of justice. If I could end her like Aethys, Margren burned her once. One can do so again. Woodika, she must answer to her own justice.
Justice or revenge?
Anyone with a shred of spirit seeks both justice and punishment. It burns in the heart of anyone who lives. All seek it. If the world does not balance, we all drown in the oceans. And the gods would not care. Margren, she must be redeemed. And punishing Woodika, that will serve.
Do we know that Margren was not willing accomplice?
Is this some final joke at my expense? To test my faith further? And why would you think that, Watcher?
You said you left Ashfall without telling anyone of your... The others who made the Godhammer, they all died, didn't they? That's why I saw their symbols fade from your staff.
If all you have are questions, then I have enough of those. She is a bitch of a goddess, to be sure. but even a whore only goes so far in crossing those she serves.
Not certain. I just have a feeling.
That is all you have, a feeling. If feelings provoked me to say every thought that crossed my mind, get gone and leave me to my thoughts.
I feel like you do speak your feelings, actually, quite often. Pretty loudly.
Hmm?
Okay. I want to check out one of these houses. Whoops, I still...
What's this?
What is this? Whoa, what did I pick up? That was too fast. It was armor. And... thought I saw armor. Is it this? Oh man. I didn't mean to click that quick. Oh well. Actually, pretty sure it was armor. Oh, which would be this one. Here it is. Light armor, exceptional spell defense, bonus athletic. Let's see. Pierce proof. 7. Got medium armor. Yeah, let's give this to her. 9. Enchant it though. Yep. And we can give her dexterity +2. And we'll do pierce proof. Oops. Why did that exit out of the actual game? Weird. Okay. So now it's better. 9. Yep. Far better. Okay. Maybe I should explore some more of those houses. Seems to be a lot here. I thought the quest would like kind of move me around a little bit more, but I think it has to do with the gods that I pray to. I don't know if I'm going to pray to any more than these two. Because, you know, I accidentally picked up those books and... whoops. Okay, so the burial chamber is important. Let's go to the old song. Then we'll go to the temple from there. I figure I'll kill the sky dragon if I still have my campfire, we'll rest in that so we can finish the bow quest. If there's more, then I'm not sure what I'm gonna do then. I mean, it feels like we're about to... I don't think this is the final fight though, right? Could be wrong. Oh, we've got this whole area to explore. Okay. Four. Spear broken in half has ornate Gladenfithin etchings along the two halves of the shaft. What wood shows dents stained Green with moss, probably from the impact against the riveting rocks. Okay, so yeah, let's explore this area. Kill everything in it. And then we'll see where we sit with health.
Yeah?
Following your lead.
We're at an okay place. You know, I could always just go home for a minute, especially since like it's there's kind of like a
Yes?
break in there. Yeah, it would take a while to get back, but I don't think that's an issue really.
Yeah.
Okay. Wasn't really given the option to make this a harder level.
Ready when you are.
So we gotta take this out. There you go. Feels so awesome. Just melts one. No questions asked. It just goes away. Knocked over.
Oh?
Okay.
Certainly.
Nothing will slip past me.
Oh, this is the tower. Let's check it out. Okay. Cool. Let's get in this fight. I feel like we're pretty strong still for this area, so I'm not too worried about how we're gonna fare afterwards. But it might not hurt to like head back home
Following your
afterwards and like do a rest and come back with a campfire to spare.
Hmm?
Not him. Keep giving it to him.
I'm here.
Where's your dog at? Here.
Ready, Watcher.
Kill that doggy. This is Fury. No, I lost the dog. Damn. Didn't have to lose it. We're not too much in a struggle. I'm not too worried.
Quick and quiet.
Compared to the stuff I've been doing, this is not a problem. Did the 2 endgame things like not long ago, so I didn't know. Oof. Go this way.
Ready, Watcher.
You go help.
Yes?
Go help at this end.
Hmm?
What?
Alright. Kind of try to drop here.
Yeah? That's how it's done.
Alright, go ahead and big heals. Heal yourself. Okay, drop this. Oh, you don't need to. Let's go after this thing. Alright.
Certainly.
Over the ground hardened by dried blood and stomped leaves, the corpse of a giant Stelgar crawler with flies in its flesh has been pierced and cut, as if stabbed by spears and slashed by swords. You touch the dead Stelgar's flank, a cloud of flies stirs in the air, and suddenly you feel the creature remains essence. The world around fades away. The pack rests. Rock shelters the young, full bellies. You turn away and look beyond the trees. The moon breaks over the swaying canopy. A scent in the air stirs a singular tingling in your mouth. You slide into the shadows, the taste of the hunt filling your nostrils. Light shines on the stones by the water that falls. Prey down below. Two-legged. Hair dry grass. Moves near the water that flows. Thin legs, slow, noisy, unaware. It holds a sharp stick. Two-legged hunters, weak hunter, prey. Closer, prey. Bright moon, prey. Into the dark. Pain on the side. Sharp stick pokes out of your flank. You roar and shake it. It snaps, breaking on the stones. Wet stones, your blood. Leaves rustle. You look. Another two-leg, another hunter. Thick legs, silent step. Striped face. Strong hunter, enemy. You leap, aiming at its neck. It moves fast. Your claws find flesh, ripping it deep. Ripping it down, wet leaves. Two-leg blood. It howls. It fights back. Long claws cut through the air. They slash at your flesh. More pain. Sharp pain. You strike. It strikes. Hot blood on your claws. Hot cuts on your chest. The world goes red. Your strength fails. You can't breathe. The two-leg hunter looks down. What ground are blood. Sharp stick above its head. Bright moon above its head. Strong hunter. The world goes dark.
I'll take a peek.
Hello? Hello?
Sharp eyes and keen ears. Silence
here?
surrounds me.
Northwold Cave. Let's go check the cave out. Ooh. Okay, these guys. Alright. Drop this here. There I am. Go ahead and just drop this spell. I want to see if it that works. Oh wow. Came behind us. Wait, no. Do this. Take that back. I want this thing dead.
There.
Those aren't summons, are they? Oh, it doesn't matter.
Certainly.
How deep is this cave? Not very deep.
I'll go on ahead.
Okay.
Yes.
Use that ability on this. Nice. Alright. Drop this on him. Let's do it on a different one.